Now I would like to invite Mr. Clarence Ling, Chairman of the Y.Elites Association.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Secretary General Li Baodong of Boao Forum for Asia. It is an honor for me to speak on this occasion. Also, a very good afternoon to Your Excellency GEDS Honorary Chairman Dr. Türk, Dr. Surakiat, former Vice Prime Minister of Thailand, Board Member of Boao Forum for Asia, Ms. Hunan, Deputy Secretary of the CPC Provincial Committee of Hunan Province, Mr. Zheng Jianxin, Mayor of Changsha City, and fellow distinguished panelists. I'm Clarence Ling from the Y.Elites Association in Hong Kong. We are a major platform with thousands of young entrepreneurs, investors, and professionals in Hong Kong and mainland, founded in 2007. When we look back to the years when the association was founded, things were really different. The United States was still pouring more troops into Iraq, and Apple just released the first iPhone, which later conquered the world's mobile phone market. But few expected that just in 1 year's time, the US financial market started to crack in 2008. We just saw America ended its presence in Afghanistan with a messy withdrawal. China has been an interesting comparison. In 2007, its nominal GDP was only about 25% of the US, ranked world number 3, with the US and Japan as number 1 and 2 respectively. But Beijing soon dazzled the world with its 2008 Olympics. I still remember the excitement when we welcomed the torch and the gold medalist visit to Hong Kong. There was a key moment to be remembered in China's rejuvenation. It soon became the world's second largest economy in 2010 and remained as the world's factory, even during this pandemic, as it is the only major country that controlled the spread successfully. It is also climbing the technology tree quickly. Besides a number of successful internet companies, it now has a brand new space station. 3 Chinese astronauts have just given an amazing, interesting lecture about their lives in space to Hong Kong students recently, from 400 kilometers above the sky. While China is making good progress, so is Hong Kong SAR. Serving as mainland China's bridge to the world, Hong Kong continues to flourish as China's international business city since the 1997 handover. As a small but perhaps the most open economy within China, benefiting from globalization, Hong Kong has always been a champion for free trade and multilateralism, because we understand that our unique advantages like business-friendly environment, low taxes, the rule of law, free economy, modern infrastructure, and wealth of talent can only work best for the mainland market with 1.4 billion people, under a world where goods and investment flow freely. The success of the mainland and Hong Kong has also benefited our association tremendously. Starting with less than 100, we now have over 1,000 members, all sharing a common objective of igniting Hong Kong young people's love for the motherland by providing better exchanges. Like many have said, the world today is going through a paradigm change unseen in a century, triggering many security concerns. China has also realized the need to diffuse a string of problems overlooked in the past era of fast developments, trying to address the risks that it is facing, including environment, income and social inequality, aging population, monopolistic capital affecting fair competition, even the overly stressed students and their game addiction, just to name a few. That is why in 2014, President Xi Jinping laid out plans to improve China's security work system, covering the political, homeland, military, economic, science and technology, information, ecological, resource, and nuclear aspects in response to today's complex security challenges. While many of those security threats seem remote to many, in Hong Kong, we have experienced the double whammy of COVID and social turbulence, resulting in major disruptions to business and people's lives in 2019. During that period, Hong Kong's business environment and people's lives were deeply traumatized by regular violence, sometimes even terrorist activities. Even worse, such chaos also undermined the effectiveness of the government's anti-epidemic efforts in the early period of the pandemic. The Standing Committee of the National People's Congress enacted the National Security Law on June 30th last year. That is the major turning point in Hong Kong's transition from chaos to order. Stability has been restored and riots have disappeared. We can finally go to the office and meet business partners with peace of mind. With the combination of national security law and better COVID control, Hong Kong's economy rebounded significantly. In the first half of this year, its GDP rose by 7.8% year on year, and the unemployment rate dropped to 5%. We also saw a return of IPOs, reaffirming Hong Kong's status as an international financial center, raising over 500 billion Hong Kong dollars in the past 12 months, starting this June, an over 50% jump compared to the previous 12 months when Hong Kong was in chaos. Many foreign business people I spoke to also started to ease their worries about the national security law, as law enforcement agencies showed that they are only targeting a very small group of people. Many international chambers of commerce continued to hail Hong Kong as an excellent place to do business. Now, foreign business people and our association's members' attention are on the opportunities brought about by the 14th Five-Year Plan, the latest developments of the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area, GBA. With security and stability reinstalled, many of my association members are actively studying the opportunities presented by the growing economic integration with the mainland presented in the nation's 14th Five-Year Plan, which recognizes not only Hong Kong's traditional strengths in finance, transportation, trade, legal services, and dispute resolution, but also encourages Hong Kong to develop our potential and aspirations in innovation and technology, aviation, cultural exchange, and intellectual property. The central government has just announced major expansions of the Qianhai Hong Kong Cooperation Zone and Hengqin Cooperation Zone in Hengqin earlier this month. Hong Kong's experience showed that a business center needs security and stability to operate. Without it, there will be no prosperity. Looking forward, our association definitely wants to do more to let members have a better understanding and play a bigger role in development with security. First, we will start to explore a new research group on security issues. It will focus on the more relevant non-traditional security issues faced by Hong Kong and explore the business community's role to mitigate such risks. Secondly, we will be the national security advocates within the business and investment community in Hong Kong, further collaborate activities around the yearly National Security Day to help explain the national security law to local and foreign business partners. Thirdly, the young investment communities will actively support more young talents developing new security technologies, especially in cyber, bio, and food security. Your Excellencies and fellow distinguished panelists, let me conclude by saying that the young entrepreneurs like us can and want to play a bigger role to achieve a better balance of development and security, as many of us are already operating and investing in cutting-edge technologies. Let's work together to bring fresh ideas and capitals for modern security development in Hong Kong, mainland, and the beyond. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Clarence Ling, for your remarks, and thank you for the support and cooperation for many years with BFA. And because Hong Kong's unique geographical advantage, and it has a very unique role to play in promoting the globalization, regional integration, free trade, and also people and the culture exchanges among countries, among the regions, between the regions. Thank you very much for your participation, and I think you have a lot to share with the participants in Changsha when we hold the GEDS.